Checking Boston press conference. Boston press conference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boston, Boston. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, we're open for questions. Front row, Dave.
David Quinn, ESPN. Ty, you guys had a 9-0 run. I think they cut it to 12 in the fourth quarter and then had 4 empty possessions in a row. Was that just missed shots on your part, or going back on it, did you feel like Boston did something to throw you off your game in that moment?
I mean, in that position, in that moment, we're probably playing pretty desperate. But, defensively holding his team at 36% from the field, is a good job, and we gave up a lot of stuff, like, their speed and their quickness in transition. We didn't get back to low to Jaylen Brown. He got to the free throw line a bunch of times. Terry Rozier, Jason Tatum, we didn't get back, show a crowd. They was able to get to the free throw line. So we had, a lot of mistakes that we could have cleaned up. But, overall, they scored 96 points and shoot 36%. We got to be able to score the basketball.
Joe.
Joe Varden, Cleveland.com. Ty, we had this a little bit in the first round when it was tied at 3. But now you're facing elimination. And so LeBron's final streak is on the line. There's going to be talk about, is this his last game in Cleveland? I'm wondering, from a bigger picture perspective, if that pressure for those two things has weighed on the guys at all, and if it has or if it hasn't, how they've dealt with it.
No, I don't think so. I think our focus, LeBron's focus, is to win, and that's all we're focused on right now. Anything else doesn't matter right now. So we got to be ready to play Game 6. That's all we're worried about.
WEI.com, CLNS Media, Joseph Pavone. Coach, what makes the Celtics so difficult in this arena? What do they do differently tonight that you didn't see in Games 3 and 4?
Well, if you watch the first 4 games, I think both home teams shoot the ball a lot better. I think on their home floor, they're comfortable. The crowd is great, just like our crowd is great. So they did a good job protecting our home court in Game 5. Now we got to be ready to go Game 6.
Back down front, Jason.
2 real quick. You've played a lot of road games. You've won a lot of big games on the road. Are you surprised that these guys have struggled as badly as they have in this series, in this building?
I'm surprised we haven't played well, yes. I thought tonight we got a lot of open shots that we didn't capitalize on. Then I thought we had a chance to get some easy baskets in transition that we didn't capitalize on. We turned the basketball over, and they was able to get out and get something after we turned it over. So I just didn't think we played well tonight at all.
The rotation seemed a little jumbled. Kyle didn't play in the first quarter, and Kevin and LeBron on the bench to start the fourth. Did something get out of whack for you, or is that the way you wanted it to go?
Well, initially he's been putting Olajay in, so that's been kind of Kyle's matchup when he comes in the game. But he didn't play him tonight, so, it kind of, threw us for a loop. But we got Bron out with 2.5 minutes, and I started the fourth. He wasn't ready to go, so, same thing happened game, I think 1 or 2, I can't remember.
Left side, standing.
Yeah, Bill Doyle, Worcester Telegram. Ty, just what are your thoughts on the way Jason Tatum played tonight?
I thought he was aggressive. I thought he was poised. He had scoring opportunities early. He took advantage of, and I thought, even though he was scoring the basketball, he didn't try to rush or he didn't press. He just, played within the game, took his shots when they were there, and he played like a veteran tonight. Didn't try to force anything, and just took what the defense gave him.
Stay on the left side.
Hi, Tara Sullivan from the Boston Globe. I was going to ask something similar, but did you think, did LeBron look tired to you? And especially, did you think he looked tired at all tonight?
Yeah, he looked a little tired to me, yes. No concerns. You got to be ready to play now. No concerns.
Down front, right.
I'm sorry.
Bob Schramm, the Citizen. Along the same lines, Ty, when you were looking at the group, could you get a sense that they were not going to be able to match Boston's intensity?
No, I didn't. I thought coming off the 2 home games that we had, and we played well. I thought our physicality was great. Defensively, we were good, and offensively, we moved around, we moved bodies, and we made shots. And tonight, I thought defensively we were okay, but offensively we just couldn't make shots, and we didn't make the right play.
Jared Weiss, The Athletic. How did you feel that Bain starting and them going big for a lot of this game affected you guys, especially considering they had a huge advantage with the offensive rebounding rate?
I think considering what happened in Game 3 and 4 when Tristan was, great on the glass and finishing around the basket, to start Baines, with a bigger body, going bigger with him and Horford was pretty good. So Morris came off the bench and had a good game, so it was the right move.
Front row, 4th seat. Jason.
I think we've asked you variations of this throughout the regular season, but do you know what you're going to get from this team night to night, or is it throwing a dart?
What kind of question is that?
Well, because you guys played really well at home. You won 3 and 4. You just said it. You thought that you'd come out. So do you know night to night what to expect from this team?
I mean, we didn't play well. I didn't expect this. I thought we would play better. but we didn't. We didn't play well, so now we got to go home, win Game 6, and come back here for Game 7.
All the way over to the left. Marla.
In my quick addition, I think you only got 10 points out of your other 3 starters. Are they concentrating so much on defense that's taken away from their offense?
I think JR is working extremely hard, guarding Tatum, guarding Brown. I think G Hill's doing a good job of trying to guard Rozier, being physical. But when we're playing fast, we're playing with pace and taking care of the basketball, those guys benefit. And we didn't do that tonight. We really didn't move bodies. We kind of stationary a little bit. So just got to look at the tape, and we got to be better, which I know we will Game 6, going back home. But we just gotta show some grit, some toughness mentally and physically, being tougher. So we'll see what happens Game 6.
All right, it's going to wrap it up for Coach. Thanks.
That's it? Good.
Jason Tatum, Al Horford will be at the podium for us, and LeBron for the Cavs.
Bill Doyle, Worcester Telegram. Brad, can you just talk about what Jason Tatum brought to the team tonight?
Well, obviously we needed his scoring greatly. We had a lot of guys that, struggled with their shot tonight, and he made some big plays, and I think that he would be the first to tell you that, he enjoys playing in these types of games, and was looking forward to tonight after the 2 in Cleveland.
Coach, John Schumann, NBA.com. What was the key to keeping sort of the supporting, Cleveland supporting cast limited tonight, and did the Baines change sort of help that?
Well, I think first of all, they had 33 points off their bench, and so we got to be better off the bench. Clarkson went in and hit those threes and kind of kept them hanging around after the little scrum there on the other side of the floor. And but Baines is a really good defender. He helps in a ton of different ways. I thought he did a good job getting the ball off the glass and getting tip-ins. The purpose for that change was we're going to have to play big some. We wanted to play big a little bit more, but it was more to get 2 wings off the bench so that we could then rotate our wings with basically quick breaks, around the timeouts if we could, because we knew we were going to play those guys a lot of minutes tonight.
Left-hand side, Brian.
Brian Rao, Boston Sports Journal. Brad, you talked about Jason already, but can you speak just to the impact he made, just in all facets of the game, particularly on the defensive end, and what you kind of saw from him there?
Jason Tatum? No, I just thought he had a really good game, and again, these guys are anxious to play. Everybody's anxious after you get beat, but I think Jason was especially anxious after Game 4.
Chris Mash with Yahoo. Brad, have you noted that Cleveland's playing any more physical with Tatum during this series, and how do you think he's responded to that? It looks like JR's consistently trying to keep a body on him throughout the series.
JR, Jeff Green, they're playing really hard on Tatum and making it very tough. And he's had a lot of experiences over the last couple weeks dealing with playoff defense. I thought Milwaukee guarded him exceptionally hard. We're really committed when he drove to the rim to having multiple bodies there. I thought that Philly obviously guarded him very hard, and it's hard to make plays at this level in these games, and he's done that pretty consistently.
Left side, Steve.
Steve Ashburn, NBA.com. All Tatum all the time here. They often say of rookies, by this time of year, they're not a rookie anymore because of the long season. Your injuries and the fact you've gone this deep, has that sort of accelerated Jason's development beyond even just an 82-game season?
Yeah, I think that we misuse the word development sometimes. I think we're in the business of enhancement. I think that, Jason was ready to deal with everything that comes with this because of who he is. and his family and all, and his coaches before, because he's a very emotionally steady, smart player that was going to perform at a high level above his age, I think. And so, I don't know that anybody could guess this as a rookie, but you knew he was going to be really good.
Coach, Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com. You talk all the time about being in the offense's airspace and when you guys are on offense, cutting with a purpose. How would you evaluate just the force that you guys played with from the opening jump?
I need to talk more about making layups. But at the end of the day, our guys have hung their hat on the defensive end of the floor. And it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of teamness. We were not the more connected team in Cleveland. That bothered us all, I think. And we wanted to come out and defend well. It doesn't mean they didn't miss some shots they normally hit. We'll go back and see that, I'm sure. We'll see areas that we can get a lot better at. But, they keep putting us in those tough positions. And LeBron just keeps putting us in those tough positions with those picks. And just have to play as hard as you can.
Oliver Iglesias, Philboxing Philippines. The pattern so far in this series is that the team which has the home court advantage wins. You now have up to 2 chances to wrap up the series. Could you manifest your thoughts on this one, Coach?
You just have to play the next possession the right way and do that as much as you can for 48 minutes. It's easier said than done. To do what we want to do, we still have to beat this team one more time. And it's hard to win a game in the NBA. It takes a ton of preparation, takes a ton of focus, takes a ton of effort. And that's the task.
Bob?
Bob Schron, the Citizen. Coach, you already kind of alluded to it, but and I know you don't like to compare necessarily, but was this as good a defensive game as you guys have played all season?
I'll have to go back and watch. I don't know, Bob, if it was as good or if my rose-colored glasses are telling me it's good. Maybe we'll go back and watch and say it wasn't as good as as before, but they missed shots. I don't know. But I felt like our purpose and our, again, we were covering for one another. We didn't get our heads down when LeBron and Love hit those first 3 threes. We just kept playing. And, we tried to do it as hard as we could.
Clevis Murray of The Athletic. Ty Lue said that Semi Ojeleye not playing through the team in a loop. Just curious what you've seen matchup-wise not to play him.
We believe in Shemi, and we think that he's a big, huge part of our team, and it would not be a shock if he plays a ton for us in Game 6.
Brad, over here on the right, Paul Flannery. You guys shot 36% tonight, I think, and Terry struggled to get into a flow. What do you guys have to do to be able to unlock him? Is he playing too fast? Is it what can you guys do to unlock him a little bit?
Law of averages play themselves out eventually, and so play aggressive, have fun.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
What if who of our players are coming
Jason Tatum, Al Horford scheduled for Boston, LeBron for the Cavaliers.
Hi, Mitch. How are you? Sorry. There's not a lot of...
planning for tomorrow. The Celtics head coach Brad Stevens will have a conference call at 1:30. 1:30. We'll get out the information, but it's pretty much what we've had before. Team is scheduled to leave at 2 o'clock for Cleveland. It appears Al Horford will be the first player to come down shortly.
Al. Yeah. So much, oh my God, so much fun. Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that, so I had to pay $500. It was worth it. It was $500. It was an Uber from New York.
Front row, Al, Bill, Doyle, front row.
Bill Doyle, Worcester Telegram. Al, can you just talk about the way Jason Tatum played tonight? And Brad said he thought he would be, it's a big game, and he was convinced he'd play well in the big game.
Yes, that was very encouraging to see Jason really just taking on the challenge, really playing well on offense, playing well on defense, just very poised for most of the night, and I was just very happy to see him have such a good game.
Second row, John.
Al, John Schumann, NBA.com. Defensively, in regard to sort of keeping the supporting cast in check for the Cavs, do you feel like you did a better job of executing the game plan, did a better job of just staying at home on some of those guys? What was the key to the defense?
Yeah, I felt like, we played much better tonight defensively. The energy was much better, and it was very. I was encouraged by the performance of our group tonight.
Left side, Al.
Jack McCluskey from The Ringer. Al, how do you explain how much better the team's playing at home versus the road in this series and in the playoffs in general?
I just think that, at home, one of the big things is I truly believe is our fans. I feel like our guys feed off of them, and really just drives us as a group. When we're sometimes on the road, it's just different in the playoffs. So you get on the road and you're just out there against everybody else. And here I just think that our guys just feel comfortable and good. It's credit the atmosphere that's here. It's just a lot of fun to play in right now.
Right-hand side, Al.
Al, Amanda Pflugrad, Celtics.com. You have some momentum now with this win, but what does the mindset need to be as you head back to Cleveland for a potential closeout game?
We did what we were supposed to do. We won here, a big Game 5 for us. And, now we have a big challenge to go on the road. The first game, we didn't play very well. The second one, I felt like we played a little better over there. And we're going to have to play a great game come Friday because, they're tough at home. That's at least in our series, they just had their way. So we have to make sure that we're really focused and committed to playing the right way the whole game. I think that, we've done it at spurts over there. We have to be more consistent.
Chris?
Chris Manish with Yahoo. Jason obviously experiencing playoff physicality for the first time. Did you talk to him at all over the course of these playoffs about just playing through stuff, not getting frustrated when calls don't go your way?
I haven't talked to him personally. I know the coach is always staying on him and Jalen and Terry and just all our guys, just talking to them about the intensity and making sure that we're doing things with pace, that we're playing the right way. honestly, with Jason, all I talk to him about is defense. And most of the guys, most of the time, so all I'm talking is defense out there. So I feel like he's doing a good job in that end.
Left side, Steve.
Steve Ashburn, NBA.com. There are teams, when they get to this position, they'll play mental games with themselves maybe to match the desperation or urgency that the team facing elimination will have on Friday with Game 6. Do you anticipate you guys will treat this like a Game 7, or are there any particular ways you can exploit the pressure that's on them right now?
We just have to go out and play. We can't think about it as a Game 7. Just like today, we were thinking this was a Game 5, and we have a good challenge to go on the road. We haven't won there this season. It's going to be very difficult, but we have a great opportunity in front of us. And our approach as a group, we're going in there, staying together, playing the right way, and we want to be more consistent playing the right way on the road.
Second row.
Al Palantunas, ESPN Brazil. Is this the most fun you've had in a while? I mean, this group is so young, and now you're one game away from the finals. Talking like 20-year-olds and 21 and 22-year-olds contributing at such a high level, and you're the veteran of the group. What's it like being around these kids, I guess you could say it like that?
It's a lot of fun, just because these guys, they want to play the right way. They play hard. I feel like we hold each other accountable out there. I think that's a big thing. And when those things happen, it becomes fun. It's fun to me. And there's no coincidence why we're in this position right now. The guys have really bought into what Coach wanted from them. We've been preparing the same way all season, and it's we're having some successes paying off because of the commitment that we're doing as a team.
Joseph Pavone, WEI, CLNS Media. Al, Brad Stevens was with Aaron Baines in the starting lineup tonight. How did that change things for you in Game 5?
Well, I think for our team in general, it's the lineup that we were going with most of the year, or for a good part of the year, and I felt like it was great for us defensively. They made adjustments after Game 1. We kind of stuck around with the same lineup, but I think that just by doing that, it was a change that worked in our favor. And Aaron was great tonight. His energy, his physicality, just very happy that he had a good game as well.
Final two questions, Al. Mark?
Mark D'Amico, Celtics.com. You talked earlier about just the fans and how much they fuel the team, but when you combine the energy that they're giving you with you guys playing as well as you did during that first quarter run to build the lead, what does that feel like when you're on the court with all of that kind of coming together as a storm?
Feels great. It's definitely a lot of fun. For whatever reason, we were just so locked in, so engaged. And it's not like we haven't been in the past, but I just felt like the guys were just ready to get on the floor tonight after the loss in Game 4 and just get it going again. So it just felt good, to be able to do that, and it was a lot of fun playing in this game tonight.
Final question, Al. Mike in front.
Mike Petralia, CLNS Media. Al, how important is it to win a game like this when you guys don't shoot well per se as a team, but find a way to get it done in the end?
Yeah. I mean, it's our defense. We always preached all year, or Coach preached all year. He would say there's going to be nights that we're not going to shoot it well, but we have to rely on our defense. And since the first day of training camp, that's what we've hung our hat on as a group. And tonight it paid off because we had a lot of good looks. They had a lot of good looks as well, but for us, we didn't drop them, missed a lot of layups, things like that. But defense was the difference for us tonight.
Al, thank you very much. Appears Jason Tatum will be next. Front row, Bill.
Bill Doyle, Worcester Telegram. Jason, Brad Stevens said that because this was a big game, he knew that you would come through, that you're a big game player. Do you look at yourself as a big game player, and why are you one, if that's the case?
I mean, I just enjoy, playing in the big moments, in the big games. I think that's, when I have the most fun, when things are on the line. And, a lot of guys stepped up tonight. And, I mean, I can't say it enough. We're one win away from going to the finals, especially after everything we've been through.
Third row.
Klefsmer, The Athletic. Jason, 9 20-point games this postseason, 4th most points ever by a rookie in NBA history. What's this entire playoff ride been like for you?
It's been a lot of fun. I've just been enjoying it, the level of play, the atmosphere. Playoffs brings, the best out of people and out of players, and hopefully keep it going.
Back left, Nora.
Tara Sullivan from the Boston Globe. Can you just describe a little bit what has gone through your mind since Game 4, maybe even since 3 and 4, and how, the things that didn't go right there, and what it's been like for you mentally, and how you got ready for this game, if you felt like you had a night like tonight in you?
I mean, obviously we know, we lost 2 in a row on the road. There's a lot of things individually and collectively that we didn't do well, offensively and defensively, and we watched film, we prepared, and we just came out locked in on both ends of the floor, from the jump.
Chris?
Jason, Chris Mannix with Yahoo. How would you describe the difference in physicality between the regular season and the postseason in terms of what guys can get away with and putting their hands on you, and how big an adjustment has it been for you?
It's like night and day. You can play the same team anywhere from 4 games in a row to 7. So, there's no secrets out there. We know what they're going to do. They know what we're going to do. And it's the playoffs. Guys are going to be physical, especially, with me being, with a young guy. That's, it tends to happen a lot. Just guys just trying to be, they're stronger and bigger than me, so they just try to, be physical.
Left side, Steve.
Steve Ashburn, NBA.com. Just to follow up on Chris's question, when guys are physical like that with you, do you have to rein in your emotions, not let that get to you? Do you tell yourself, no, you're not going to get me off my game? What is your reaction to that?
I mean, I know it's coming. It's been happening all playoffs. So I just got to, fight through it, like you said, keep my composure.
Just to follow up, what do you feel is the most important thing you've learned in the postseason? You probably learned a lot all season long, but what stands out for the playoffs?
How important every game, every possession, the smallest things matter, especially in the playoffs. And how tough it is to close out games. We've had a couple situations this playoffs where we've been up 3, let guys hit threes, go into overtime. It's tough to finish out games. You got to give it your all until there's 0 seconds left on the clock.
Final question, right here on the right side, Jason.
Jason Travis Lee, WMTW Portland. Seemed to be a few more sets tonight where you started with the ball at the top of the key. How does that suit you, and why do you think you're effective from starting out at that position there?
And just talk to coach. I knew I was going to play a little bit more, in the first quarter, just to look to be more aggressive. Coach, trust me that I make the right play, whether it's scoring or, just, finding guys out the pick and roll and, just making the right decision.
Thank you, Jason.
All right, we're open for questions.
LeBron Palantunas, ESPN Brazil. Ty Lue was asked today if he felt you looked tired out there on the court, and he responded yes. So my question is, physically, how did you feel out there today?
I had my moments, but I think everybody at this point is tired, or worn down, or whatever the case may be. But still trying to make plays to help our team win, put us in position to win. And we had moments, we had an opportunity, but we didn't make enough plays.
Front right.
Bob Schwan, the Citizen. Ron, I asked Kevin if he could get a read on your team, and he wasn't sure. And I asked you, did you have a feel that you could match their intensity tonight coming into this game?
Well, I think defensively we were, we held them to 36% shooting, and and I think turnovers was another thing as well. We had 15 turnovers for 15 points, but defensively we were in tune. We gave up 96 points, but we were in tune defensively. Offensively, we were just couldn't make. I mean, we couldn't make. We was 9 for 34 from the 3-point line. Missed 7 free throws. So you're not going to, obviously in the postseason, scoring 83 points, you're not going to win many games like that. But defensively, we gave ourselves a chance. We stuck in the game. Even in the fourth quarter, we made a run, cut it down to 11. At one point, he had 2 opportunities to cut it to single digits and missed, some really good looks. So, 2 3-pointers. So, we couldn't make. And if you don't make, it's going to come back to bite you, and it did that tonight.
Left side standing.
LeBron, Jacob Toby, CLNS Media. From your experiences, what's the hardest part about playing in an elimination game, and what do you guys need to do to make sure you come back to Boston for Game 7?
Well, we got to defend like we did tonight, and we got to make some shots, and that would definitely will help. I think going back home, we have a comfort level, and a lot of our guys have a comfort level of being back home and playing off the fans and playing off our crowd, playing off that court, being more comfortable being back home for Game 6. So. We look forward to having an opportunity to force a Game 7. The game is it's up to us to see if we can, come back here for one more.
Joe.
LeBron, we've, of course, have talked about this a lot over the course of the year, but you're facing elimination again, and so people are going to ask and talk about, is this your last game in Cleveland? But beyond that, your final streak is now on the line. Do you go into that game now having to win to thinking about trying to protect that final streak at all?
No, not at all, because I've never went to any season saying, okay, let's have a final streak. It's just always about just win every game and to put us up in a position to play for a championship. And I've been in championship mode since probably 09. We weren't able to get there then, and obviously I made the move to Miami. I was able to go there 4 straight, and 3 straight here since I've been back here. So it just happens, because I've been able to play with some great players, play with some great teammates, coaching staffs that put us in a position to be able to go to the finals. And I've never, said, okay, this is my 3rd one, and let's try to make it to 4th. It's just the way the game has been played, and I've been able to be successful. So, we have another opportunity on Friday to be as good as we can be, play CAVS basketball on our home floor, and force a Game 7.
Left side, Steve.
Steve Bulpett, Boston Herald. LeBron, the home teams have played pretty well. The road teams have played not really well in this series. Does that do anything to your confidence looking ahead, knowing you'd have to win one here?
Well, you asking me, or that's my confidence? Well, for me, I think I look forward to seeing us respond on Friday night. I know how well we've played at home, in this postseason. And that's the only thing I can worry about right now. I'm not worried about a Game 7. You have to worry about Game 6. And, you can't, put yourself in that moment until you take care of the present. And, we're going to have another opportunity tomorrow to watch some film, go over some things that we can do better, as we've done it after every game in the postseason, and, see ways we can, be even better for Game 6.
Dave.
And ESPN. LeBron, what have you guys done as a team since the elimination game you faced in the first round against Indiana to now to better prepare yourselves to face this challenge?
No, I don't know. Nah, I have no idea. I mean, you get your coaching staff will give you, they prep you, they put you in position, and they feel like this is the best for us to be as good as we can be as a ball club, and then it's up to us to go out and execute it. So, everybody's different. You know, I know how I prepare myself. I know how I prepare going into each and every game, no matter if it's an elimination or a 0-0 or whatever the case may be in a playoff game. So. I can speak for myself and know where my mindset will be on just trying to help us, like I said, do every facet of the game to try to, extend the series. So, we'll see what happens.
Right side out.
Jared Weiss from The Athletic. LeBron, in the last couple of games, you seem to have a clear understanding of how they were going to switch on you in the pick and roll and how you wanted to pick that apart. They went big a lot more this game and mixed their coverages up a little differently. Did it make it less predictable?
No. I knew exactly what they were going to do tonight, and they switched it up a couple of times, with their defense as far as what they were doing with my pick and rolls and when I was either setting it or handling. But at this point, it's not even really about X's and O's. I've seen all the defenses that they can put out there, and so nothing was surprising.
Third row, left side. You with the mic.
Oliver
sir.
Iglesias, Phil Boxing Philippines. LeBron, you have faced all the other Celtics playoff teams. Would you say that this team is the toughest to date so far that you have faced?
I'll speak in the present, and I think they're a very well coached, well balanced, hungry team. They got a bunch of young guys that was drafted very high and drafted very high for a reason, because they can do multiple things. They can be aggressive offensively. They can defend. They can shoot. They can put the ball on the floor. They can make plays for themselves and for others. And, so I can speak for this moment right now. I don't want to really talk about other previous teams I've played against. I've played against I've played against a championship Boston Celtics team before in 2008 when they beat us in 7 games as well. So, but, right now this is the present, and this team is really good. They're, like I said, they're well coached. They're well balanced, and, we like the challenge.
Last two, Steve and then Jason.
LeBron, you mentioned the fatigue thing earlier, but were you under the weather at all in this game?
No, I'm fine. And I didn't mention the fatigue either. Well, one of you guys did. I'm fine.
Jason.
I know you have a way that you measure turnovers, if they're aggressive or bad turnovers. 7 the other night and 6 tonight. Where are you with that's an unusual high number for you? How many of them are unforced, and how many of them can you live with?
I had 2 turnovers where I felt like they were just really bad. My first turnover, I saw something happening, and Marcus did a good job. Marcus Morris did a great job of reading it, threw it up ahead to Kev. He picked it off. My second turnover, I went baseline, lost my footing on Marcus Morris, another turnover. A couple of them, one in transition to Jeff Green, I thought I put it on his hands, and he kind of fumbled it. Wish I could have that one back. I maybe bounced past that one. Had a backdoor one to Swish. It hit his hands. I maybe should have not thrown that one. It was a little bit in traffic. Al Horford was right there, but it hit Swish's hands. But maybe should have took that one back. I had a post up on Terry Rozier. They came in Peyton from the bottom side, and that means Peyton means they double from the baseline. Sorry, guys. And Jason Tatum got his hands on him. I had a guy wide open. I should have faked high and threw a low. And my last turnover was just very, very careless on Terry Rozier. We had a pick and roll. I got the switch, and I just lost it out of bounds on the other side of their, away from their basket. So that's my 6 turnovers. I think out of those 6, maybe 3 of them was just careless. I think the other 3 were attack turnovers, and I'm okay with that.
Thanks. Gonna wrap it up.